Hi everybody. I am going to talk about my career choice that I chose is a juvenile counselor for this career presentation. And I chose this one because it's something that I am really actually interested in, and I think it's such a good and intense job. But I really got the idea when I was in Utah visiting my sister-in-law, and she was living next door to these boys that were in foster care, and these boys had to come over because their foster family had a bunch of issues, and it was just kind of dramatic. So they came over and had dinner with us and just stayed with us for a little bit. And just sitting and talking with these boys, they've had really traumatic childhoods and continued to have traumatic lives. And it was just so interesting to just sit and talk with them for even just the 5 minutes that we talked. And they were, it was so fulfilling to try to encourage them and lift them up and make them feel like they mattered and that they were important. And I think that that's what a lot of young kids that come from crazy family backgrounds, I think that's definitely something that they struggle with. And so this career, being a juvenile counselor, I believe is so beneficial to helping kids that come from really troubled backgrounds. I think it helps them better their lives. I think it helps them become really hardworking and better citizens in society. We have a place here in Colorado Springs where I live. It's called the Alpine Community Center. And it's a place where kids can go for therapy or what is it called? Or any type of group activity. And I did my research on that, but there was also, growing up, I lived next to a house that was downtown in Colorado Springs, and I couldn't find it. I mean, I know what that house it is, but I couldn't find the organization, and they're like a little halfway home for juvenile boys, specifically, to go and, well, to go and have some court-ordered time spent there. But I think it was also really beneficial. I would always see them, anytime I was out on my runs, I would always see them outside playing basketball and just hanging out with each other. And I just couldn't help but wonder how many lives that place touched. But I couldn't find them, so I'm really bummed about that. So this organization the organization that the Alpine Community Center is smaller, and it's just a tiny organization just run by a guy, and I think he has a couple of workers. His name is Christian T. Hill, and he is someone that he is the family counselor. He is the juvenile counselor for this place, and they also do a lot of suicide prevention and stuff like that, and I thought that was actually really beneficial also. A typical stressor for this job is that it is a lot of work, and unfortunately there are a lot of children that have come from really rough backgrounds, and so it makes it really difficult to try to help every child. I mean, I think like once you get into this field, you so badly want to help everybody, but that's just not, I mean, in reality, it's just not possible to help every single child. But I think if you really strive to touch at least one child's life, then it's not in vain. The work you do is not in vain. The benefits that you receive, so it depends on if you're working. So juvenile counselors can work in schools, or they can work for court system, or they can work or they can have a private practice like this Christian T. Hill, since he had a private practice. But so it just depends on the health benefits and like insurance and retirement and all of those things. It depends on where you work. A private practice, you're obviously going to have to provide those things for yourself typically. And then a school or a court system, you're more likely to have health benefits and retirement plans that are already set up and in place for you. The common tasks of this job is working with troubled youth with addictions, mental illnesses, behavioral disorders, or post-sexual, emotional, or physical trauma, which is all a lot. It's a ton to try to help a child or a teenager figure out that in their life. And so it's quite a bit, but I just believe it's so beneficial for the quality of their life to help them work through that. The educational requirements. So for every entry position job, you have to have a bachelor's degree. But after that, I mean, it's better to have a master's and going into it, and then just a lot of experience. I mean, just interning places and really getting a feel and a really good understanding of the job so that you could really perform to your best ability. The starting salary is $26,980, and then experience salary can be up to $92,740. So I mean, it's kind of one of those jobs that can be beneficial and can really make you money throughout your life. But I think that the reason that you would do this career is not to really see how much money you could get. I mean, it's a lot of work, and so you want to feel like you're being appreciated, but at the same time, it's so beneficial to just try to help these children out. And that's my video. Thanks for watching. Bye.